Hello, welcome to Space Events, the show that gives you a quick overview of what's going on in aerospace in a particular month. This one is for November of 2023. Let's get into it. First up is Virgin Galactic with their 9th crewed mission and 5th commercial mission on their SpaceShipTwo. What this is a space tourist mission where the SpaceShipTwo goes up to just under the Kármán line to give great views for space tourists. Hopefully these space tourists have a great time. Alright, to get out of the way, SpaceX's Starlink satellites. Starlink is a high-speed satellite internet constellation made and launched by SpaceX, and now there are over 5,000 of these satellites in orbit. And, well, lots more are going up in November. Every booster you see on these missions are reused boosters, and they will come back and land either on a drone ship or on land to be reused once again later down the line. Next up, SpaceX Transporter 9. Transporter 9 is the 9th dedicated SmallSat rideshare payload mission for SpaceX's Falcon 9. Going to a Sun-Synchronous orbit, this is for payloads that are up to 50 kilograms. And the booster for this mission will come back and land at Landing Zone 4 at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. Next up for SpaceX is CRS-29. CRS-29 is a cargo resupply mission to the International Space Station for NASA. This is the 29th cargo resupply mission under NASA's commercial resupply contracts. This is all on a Cargo Dragon capsule that goes and docks to the ISS. The booster for this mission will come back and land at Landing Zone 1 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Next up for SpaceX is the O3B mPower 5 and 6 mission. This mission will take up into a medium Earth orbit the SES-owned 2nd generation O3B networking satellites. The booster for this mission will come back and land on an autonomous spaceport drone ship. Next up for SpaceX is the Astronus Block 2 mission. This mission will take up 4 micro-GEO satellites into geostationary Earth orbit. These are internet satellites to improve connectivity in Latin America. With these being the smaller versions of the satellites, the Falcon 9 will actually be able to deploy them closer to GEO instead of a geostationary transfer orbit like most missions are. Switching over to Blue Origin, they are back this month with NS-24. NS-24 is a test flight of the New Shepard launch vehicle after a failure last year. This will be without people and just making sure that everything is going smoothly. New Shepard is a space tourist vehicle that brings customers above the Kármán line for some epic views. Hopefully everything goes well this month. Next up, going back to SpaceX, I've talked about this multiple times, it's been delayed over and over again, is SpaceX's Starship IFT-2. And we don't even know if it's going to go in November due to regulatory approval from the US Fish and Wildlife Service and the FAA. Starship's 2nd test flight will be a direct copy of the first with Ship 25 and Booster 9. The booster will come back and land in the Gulf of Mexico, a soft splashdown, and the ship will go around the Earth, almost completing a full orbit and splashing down next to Hawaii. These will not be recovered. In comparison to the first integrated flight test back on April 20th, 2023 with Starship Ship 24 and Booster 7, the Ship 25 and Booster 9 have thousands of improvements, including, notably, instead of hydraulic systems to gimbal the engines and power the grid fins, it'll be electric actuators instead. And with that, we're on to our favorite segment, Moon Time. The new moon for the month of November in 2023 is on the 13th, and the full moon is on the 27th. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.